Hello, friends of the forest. Today we are foraging, learning to recognize other wild herbs that are invaluable. We are doing it together with Wateki, a fantastic expert who today takes us on a journey through this wonderful valley.
Food is our medicine and not medicine is our food, as is often the case in modern times. Can I eat it? Just taste what it tastes like. They are really bitch snacks. I am originally from Soviet Union. I am not telling you that we were starving, but from our tradition it never disappeared to have this possibility to add something to the food, to the pantries, which was often wild, the simplest food that our body can recognize, because to this food our body was accustomed for millennia of years.
Wild herbs are an extremely valuable resource. They not only provide the body with essential nutrients, but also possess medicinal properties. Therefore, it is crucial that we show reverence for nature's green treasures. When we gaze upon a wild meadow, it is not clutter we see, but rather a bounty of nourishment and healing. Artemisia abound in
Artemisia are
abundance.
all the bottom page of the leaf, white or otherwise different color, are super bitter. Actually, you could in small amounts eat Artemisia, and also useful. It's a carminative plant, prevents different diseases, regulates the cycle. It helps a lot of things, right? Anti-inflammatory, but in small amounts, it's the easiest way to consume it with food and secrete it and pulverize it right into powder and dust.
We familiarize ourselves with identifying wild horseradish, milk thistle, and coxcomb.
In spite of your frequent recommendations, I managed to come here several times when they were not at home and gather a total of 2 kilograms of this plant. Some people like valerian, arugula, and they always keep a sachet of this plant to make salads. I always have to keep her. How good it is. It is called, previously known as Chrysanthemum edule. The plant now goes by the name Glebionis. It belongs to the Asteraceae family and is one of the few species, including the popular daisy, that can be enjoyed in its entirety when in bloom. My apologies for the abrupt ending.
This is there compared to a mangiocampio. Good, there is of mushroom. So, glabionis, we feel them edible. Today I learned to recognize Wateki's favorite herb, which I didn't know. Better I had seen, but I didn't know it was so good. What is it, crest of rooster?
This lichen is called Glebionis sigetum, edible chrysanthemum. Did you know there is a sylvan chrysanthemum that grows like this in the wild and is edible? And not only leaves, actually, which are very tasty, but all parts of the plant. Buds, beautiful buds. They are eaten also fresh and have some. There are various ingredients that can be added to this plant, such as mushrooms, spices, and even whole flowers. Its taste is exceptional and its texture is soft, making it easy to consume. This plant is perfect to be eaten fresh. In the local language, it is commonly known as coxcomb, because of this shape of the leaf that resembles rooster crest. This plant, I harvest the plant and use it to create pre-packaged salad ingredients. If stored in the refrigerator, it will remain fresh for up to a week. To preserve it out of season, the plant's buds can be harvested and transformed into caper substitutes. By pickling the buds, they become incredibly delicious. So, when is the ideal time to find this plant? Well, if it's about to vanish soon, then the best time is when the plant starts to bloom and reach the end of its growth cycle. However, in certain locations, you may find the rooster crest as early as January, even in December. And it is even tastier when it is winter. Try it. They are too good. Here. The edible part of the flower, known as the pistil, is now exposed. This portion is delectable and tender, making it a delightful choice. Moreover, it can be enjoyed in its fresh state. Interestingly, global statistics highlight that a staggering 75% of the agricultural products sold worldwide consist solely of this. represented by only 12 species of the plants. Does it strike you as normal that scientists who analyzed the mummy of a person who lived 5,000 years ago in Denmark simply dumped her stomach contents onto a plate? So what did this person consume? It turned out to be more than 60 species of plants. Now let me ask you, for lunch today, how many different plant species did you consume?
Second plant that we learn to recognize and eat is the milk thistle. And here is the milk thistle.
Here is the milk thistle, which often forms large patches in open fields. This plant is easy to recognize by its characteristic flower and spotted leaves with white spots. These spots resemble white creatures. The most fascinating aspect, in my opinion, remains the distinctive features of this plant, which is still very well eaten in the spring, are these leaf ribs. There are individuals who can complete this task swiftly and effortlessly, thereby generating an abundant amount of leaves. Basically, with the knife we clean, we cut away the lamina, the leaf, and to our interest is this beautiful mostello that is sweet, tasty, juicy, and is distantly reminiscent of thistle, because even though this plant is called milk thistle, actually its Latin name is Syllabum mariano. It's a little bit different from cardus. And then it is eaten both fresh and cooked, these ribs. And I even, in our Russian tradition, I also make spremute of these ribs. They are juicy sweet. What is the interest of eating this plant? This plant possesses natural hepatoprotective properties, which are widely acknowledged in numerous medicines worldwide. Its ability to safeguard liver cells, known as hepatocytes, is well recognized. Additionally, it has the capability to restore cirrhotic hepatocytes to their normal state. Because of these properties, this plant is commonly employed in treatments for severe liver damage, including alcoholism. Mariano, is this good for the liver? But what happens in the world, there is a scent problem instead of homogenization of food, that in all countries, so many, everybody eats the same food all the time. And this obviously does not lead to health safety, because the choices we make in our diet shape who we are. And now we are desperately seeking relief from food allergies and complications. We wonder why these issues have arisen, and the answer lies in the fact that our genetic makeup has not evolved quickly enough to keep up with the rapid development of new plant species that we have embraced in just under 100 years. It is a well-known fact that now we face many challenges in terms of our food and health. The myriad problems arise from the consumption of sugary foods. Look, here as well, there is this plant that is very good. In this season, it already shows up with fruit. This plant is called Raphanus raphanistrum. It exists all over the world and has been adopted to live in all kinds of environments. They often have multiple segments. In its first week of life, they are really beach snacks. So the wild raphanistrum, and it is eaten in the winter sheets, plus in the spring. This part that looks a little bit like broccoli, it is cooked like broccoli. However, you can also eat it fresh. And it is very tasty, super valuable in salads. But the real perilibatezza are these silico of raffano that known in so many countries as a snack food. In fact, for example, in Orlando, where this plant has become accustomed to growing right on the beaches, on the sand, they call it beach snacks. Listen to how juicy, how it makes dymastic pleasure. They are just like a chip of a particular shape. Children really like them. And they are not spicy at all. They are very tasty, sweet, juicy. And then, if you ever long for them outside their season, you have the option to preserve them through pickling. And voila, you will have them all year round.
It is crucial to possess the knowledge and memory of wild herbs. Learning to identify them and understanding their benefits will prevent us from mistakenly gathering harmful plants. Most importantly, being aware of how each herb can aid us is vital. Knowing when to search for these herbs also plays a significant role in utilizing them effectively.
However, through this singular action, we have the power to popularize plant ecology as well. As a result, The ecological state of our planet becomes a topic that transcends the discussions led solely by Greta Thunberg. Once individuals become acquainted with species such as Marobia and Saline, these words cease to be mere labels for rare, preserved, or unfamiliar plants. Instead, they connect individuals to a newfound awareness and understanding of nature, leading us to elevate our consciousness to an entirely different level. Considering the current state of our world, I believe that cultivating this perception is essential for all of us.
Italy is a fantastic destination with its rich biodiversity, providing an ideal environment for gathering wild herbs. Thank you, Guatecci, for such a wonderful day. I have gained valuable knowledge about numerous new herbs, about your expertise, and about the fact that I have this incredible resource so close to home, which I wasn't aware of. You are truly an expert, well-versed in not just Italian herbs, but also those from around the world. I hope for more opportunities like this. A sincere thank you, as famously quoted by Hippocrates.
Food be our medicine. Here you go.
Enjoy, thank you, and my food be my medicine. Hello, thank you.
Thank you.